going on, Buffalo, New York? I am Tyrone Huston, but in the arts community of Buffalo, New York, I am known as Legendary the Poet. I am a poet, a spoken word artist, a disability advocate, and a writer. Born and raised, lived here my whole entire life, and I have to say, it's a lovely day to be out here. We are finally in some light, daylight. It's good to wake up in the light.
Why is poetry important to you?
Poetry, at least for me personally, is, you get a lot of people that'll say expression, but I'm going to use a different word. For me, it's about liberation. Really, what attracted me to poetry is the freedom in it. You have a lot of things that are structured. There's a certain way it has to be, a certain order it has to follow, but poetry does have an order, but you can kind of be the master of your own destiny, so to speak. So that really attracts me to poetry, and it really does keep me going.
Camera, we talked about what you do with your poetry. So what's next for you in the future?
Well, the future is hopefully coming soon. I've really been putting a lot of work into the writing aspect. I've done a lot of performing. I've 6 years under my belt and 7 this June. So I'm working on writing so that I can have some published work for you guys to put out to the community and really get myself established as an author.
Do you see yourself going? Do you see yourself staying in Buffalo? Do you see yourself going out further in the country, going somewhere else to show your talent?
I definitely can see myself traveling. I mean, Buffalo's great, and you know, my mom used to say charity begins at home and spreads abroad. You know, and if you can't go anywhere else and get love, you should always be able to come back home. But you know, I definitely see myself going and checking out some different. I actually have connected with a lot of poets via internet radio. I know poets from different states and different cities, New York, Chicago, California, you know, things of that nature. So definitely branching out is in the future, but of course, the almighty dollar wields all the power at the moment.
As we all know, right?
Oh yeah. You know, you have dreams that say, let's go to Mount Everest, and you've got a budget that says, let's go to the garage. So, I mean, you know. How about yourself, man? What do you have?
Everybody knows, well, most people know that I'm trying to start this t-shirt business and see where it carries me. So hopefully soon enough we'll see where that goes. But obviously, yeah, I do want to travel the country as well and move forward in our careers, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, what? There's a lot of things that trigger anything, and there's a lot of people in the clothing industry. What made you say, okay, clothing line? And what do you think is going to set you apart?
Because really, you don't see the main clothing lines that are out there. You don't see people with disabilities represented.
Yeah.
So I want to try to carry that flag.
You see your hip hop, you see your rockaway, your Sean Johns. And you know what else is unique? This is also very cool because we are still in the month of March, which is Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month.
Big plug right there.
Really big plug. And we both have the diagnosis. You know, and March 25th was just National Cerebral Palsy Awareness Day. So, do you see this as a step toward really shedding some light on cerebral palsy?
I hope so. Even any disability, you know what I mean? It's something that should be carried out. I mean, you see shows like Born This Way and things like that, but you don't really see people with disability. I mean, with cerebral palsy getting the light shined on us. So I want to, like I said, carry that flag.
Yeah, there was one gentleman I know, he got a role in Breaking Bad, and he has cerebral palsy, and Nike signed its first athlete who has. So there's definitely strides being made, and we want to be 2 more of those people. It's about the liberation, because when I think of the word freedom, I think of those who fought for freedom, but then I think the fight for freedom isn't just what's in the past, but those who walk past me, because the fight for freedom is also continued now. So if I see a pedestrian walk along their way and they do as Dionne Warwick did and walk on by, does that mean they're turning a blind eye to the fight for freedom? I know I stuttered and stammered a little bit across that last sentence, but that's because I'm struggling to live this life sentence, and I'm on lockdown because my joints are locked if I can't move. So freedom is a movement, but instead of putting my fist up, I'm going to put my fist straight, because I am challenging you and your vocal cords to be vocal, just like a violinist.
Here we go.